right. That's nice feedback for everybody. Giving you a slice of unapologetic conversation. Welcome, welcome, welcome to a special Monday edition of Straight to Tape. My name is C. Perry Alesia the second, the Mr. Fantastic of Podcasting's Fantastic Four. First, the comedian, professional joke slinger, Tico de Gallo. What's good, Tico?
Well, y'all talk it. I live it all day, every day, 3 times yesterday because it was Pappy Day.
You got it in 3 times
Interesting.
yesterday?
Mm.
Joe
Interesting.
did. Joe did. Pappy was happy.
Enough said.
I bet.
Enough
I bet.
said. Enough said. Enough said.
Sorry, y'all. That's my.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. And the first lady of S2T, the quintessential hip hop mom, Keisha with a Y. What's good, Kate?
What up? What up? What up? I'm cute. I'm smart. And I cuss. And I drink. And I know things. Y'all look.
Oh.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new entrant in the t-shirt battle.
T-shirt.
Now it's about to be mask battles. Because people are getting all kind of things put on their masks. What do you got? Where you got, Tico? Let my tape
rock
to my tape pop. Oh,
Right. Yeah, I like
Okay,
that one. I like
okay,
that one. I like that
okay.
one. I like that one. I like that one. I like that one.
Like I said, I'm in reruns right now. Yeah, we're not in production right now. We're in reruns. The set has been closed. I am diverting funds to Second Amendment endeavors. So I'm buying bulk ammo and guns by the pound. So
Keep
I'll
them
be back.
stocked.
I'll be back on the t-shirt battle momentarily.
Tons of guns, tons of guns.
You
And
know, we gotta go. Let me get 1,200 pounds of firearms, please.
That would be me.
how much
That
for
would
just
be-
one bullet? How much for just one bullet?
and that would of course be our social media assassin, ladies and gentlemen, number one, Rob Stud.
Yes,
What's good,
man.
Rob?
Man, it's all good, man. Ruggedly handsome, geekishly intelligent, and I'm here to bring balance and make you think. And also, tons of guns and ammo.
Tons of guns, tons of guns,
guns and ammo.
and of course, always joining us, the host of Intelligently Ratchet, comedian, MC. Yo, he is actually the T'Challa of our podcast and Fantastic Four. All right. If you're a comic book fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen.
Part-time.
Yep. Bishop Omega Tron.
What's going on, y'all? You know how I living good. You know, so happy Father's Day to everybody that's fathers out there that know their children middle names. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't know your children's middle names, do not celebrate Father's Day because you're terrible. And that's
Man is not a middle name.
Man is not your biggest nickname. Is not your biggest middle name.
It is.
Man.
Yeah.
Ray and Man is
Man Jones.
Wow. Quantavious.
Quantavious Man
Man. Jones.
Man.
Leviticus
right,
Ray.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on our Monday edition. Of course, we got some things we're going to talk about. So we got some things we want to unpack. You know, we're going to talk about things like the look of change. We're going to take a look at these two reform bills that one's going through the House and one's going through the Senate. But we'll talk about that as it relates to police reform. So where should we start, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, let's take it down to the A. Okay, let's take it down to the A and see what's going on now in the Rayshard Brooks shooting. Since the last time we were on. Now, since the last time we were on, we have charges and arrest. Okay, Officer Garrett Rolfe, okay, who was fired after the shooting of Rayshard Brooks, at that Wendy's in Atlanta, and now he's been charged. He's facing 11 criminal charges, including felony murder. Okay, and the other officer that was that was involved. Let's see, and what was that? Devin Brosnan. He is actually facing 3 charges, including aggravated assault for standing or stepping on Mr. Brooks's shoulder after he was shot.
And
now,
he is singing, that nigga is singing like a bird to the media. I can only imagine what he is telling the prosecutors. He is doing again. He's running the gambit as far as media is concerned. You know, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be really interesting.
Panel, quick question. I mean, what are your thoughts about charges coming in? Well, let's just say it is so soon. I mean, if we are comparing it to, the way it was, I'll call it pre-Floyd. Okay. These charges came in real quick, less than a week. Thoughts?
It's Atlanta.
Man, you got to throw us a bone. They got, and on some aspect, they throwing us a bone real quick. Like,
you think so?
We'll see. We'll see how it all. This is just one incident. We'll see how the other ones go. How quickly they'll start doing the other ones. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, the prosecutor seemed to have all the details, and seems like it's an open and shut case. But isn't the Georgia state senator calling for an independent prosecutor? I forgot why, but he is calling for an independent prosecutor.
Well, I think what they're doing is this right here. They want to go ahead. They're doing the work they should have done in the first place. Like, what I'm saying? We're saying it's quick, but I think that this is how it should have always been. And they're just following the right way of doing things instead of saying, that blue shield or that blue wall is in a way, right? So I think that it's quick than it has been, but it's what they would do with us.
Right.
If you went out there and did the same
citizen,
thing,
right.
If you were a private citizen, this works to the way it's supposed to be, right? So I think that, and then they're worried about this. They're doing that for one reason, is because they don't want people to burn their shit down. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, let's talk about, like, smart people are in here, right? And I'm saying this right here. If I know that y'all burnt the shit down when somebody passed away or got killed by a police officer that was 7 states that way, and then y'all do it and I don't prosecute, or at least show that I'm willing to try to prosecute an officer in a wrong killing, then I will be stupid, because I understand that you guys are angry and I'm gonna burn the shit down. So that's what they're doing. They
already burned the Wendy's down.
Exactly.
But did y'all just realize today that he had a girlfriend and a wife?
No. Can you elaborate?
Didn't know that.
But does that matter?
So they're investigating, and I don't know if this is true or not. They're investigating the arson of the Wendy's where this took place. Right after it took place, of course, there was video released of a white woman burning down the Wendy's.
Right.
She looked just like Justin Bieber too. Have you seen a mugshot?
Yeah.
I thought it was Justin Bieber. Like, I was like,
what's her name? Cool. Her name's something White, right?
Yeah, I think it's Jessica White.
Yeah, something White. Miss White.
Miss White.
But apparently, as reported, and this part may not be true, because I know I didn't seen his wife on the news. I know I've seen his wife on the news.
Multiple
but
times.
Authorities are reporting that the white woman that burned down the Wendy's is his girlfriend, and that he mentioned said girlfriend as he was talking to the first police officer before he pulled, or right after he pulled
What if they was in a polyamorous relationship though? So you know what I'm saying?
They could have been, but you know how they gonna do us. None of that matters. He's still
matters. But you know, if you really look at it, she really sort of looks like the daughter of Burger King. Maybe they were just trying to turn Wendy's into a flame broiled spot. Who knows?
Okay.
Oh man, why did they bring that up though? What is going on? Like, oh man, he had a girlfriend and a wife. Like, okay,
he had a yeah.
I got a girlfriend and a wife.
He had one and a possible
girlfriend and a wife on the side.
So what they're gonna do? They're gonna use that in the court. What's that called? The Martin Luther King Jr. Statue or something? What's that?
Oh, Tico, you gonna get a show burnt down to the ground. You better stop that shit.
Oh, Tico. Get out.
Hey,
you better stop that shit.
Stop that. You know how people feel when people bring up that whole Martin Luther King thing. Don't do it. We'll say that for another show.
What I'm saying about that joke is that hey, it's a silly statue. It's a silly rumor or whatever you want to say. So it doesn't make a difference. He still got shot and he still killed. It doesn't matter if he just left down, you know what I'm saying, shooting Debbie does Dallas, Detroit, and damn North Carolina and Durham and Denver. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? The dude just died. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And it's crazy because again, it's another reason why we have to sit here and justify why we shouldn't be shot.
Victim is dead, right? Yep, you're right.
That's true.
He still got a girlfriend and a wife though.
He's macking though. He's macking. Who knows?
A wife on the side.
Wife on the side.
D-Ray Davis. D-Ray Davis. Yep, D-Ray Davis is running around here, and I dare y'all to shoot at D-Ray Davis.
I want to be the female D-Ray Davis. Let me go. Let me call him. Talk to him. See what he doing.
Okay.
Nah,
good.
You already talked about how you had a cold in 3 years, so you know what I'm saying, you won't. That doubles it up. It'll be 6 years without a cold. That's a callback, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Me and Tito get it.
Yes. That's last episode, ladies and gentlemen. Last episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Other way, Chica.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Hey,
you got it right.
For y'all. One for each. One for each. Okay. One for you and one for you.
Oh man. Listen.
Oh, teaspoon of sugar.
Look, these are those things. Look, these are those things that unfortunately are going to come out, as we take that march to the actual court case. Okay. Mm-hmm. And as we've always said before, there's always that moment where the victim is gonna get muddied. Okay.
Right.
Is it fair? No, it's not. Okay, it's not fair at all. However, okay, at the same time, they are facts. All right, and in this instance, it has absolutely nothing to do with the shooting at all. Okay, at all. Now, does it have something to do with the arson? Yeah, quite possibly. If that was her, you know what I'm saying? Chad, stop it, Chad, stop it.
Y'all starting up already, man. Y'all starting up already. We just started, man.
Oh, Barrett, the best of both worlds. Anyway, it's not funny, but the shit is funny. Shit is funny. Yeah. I will tell you this in a very high level story that I used to know someone who died in the bed with their lover and not their wife.
Was he a priest? Yeah.
I seen that movie.
Nope.
He died. Nope. He was doing his business on me.
How he died on top of me. This is not the road we're going down. Are we done with this topic? Because we need to move on.
No, I want to go down this road right here. No, stop.
How he died on top of me.
He died
Go
on top
wrong,
of
and
me.
this is a Monday.
Yes.
Stop it, guys. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Look, man.
Okay.
It's Monday, so that's why we we
wildin'.
want to, we wilding because it's Monday.
It's
You know what I
wild.
mean?
Wild out Monday.
Wild out Monday. On Sunday, we've gotten it all out of our system, I guess. But it's Monday, and here we go. Go ahead, Pete.
Here we go.
Reset. We hit a reset button.
Yeah. Reset. What guys? What did y'all think about the blue flu after after the charges were announced?
The blue flu, is that like blue waffle? What's that?
No, the blue flu. The blue flu was Atlanta police officers calling in sick. Protesting
and the black and brown areas of town.
Yeah.
For some reason, I want to say from the boogie down. After that, it doesn't fit though. It's fine. But yeah, the Atlanta police officers in certain districts either walked in and walked out when their shift was supposed to start, or called in sick and weren't answering calls. So yeah, Rob said on his live earlier this week, like, this is a perfect opportunity for us, the people. I'm not just saying black, brown people. I'm saying the people, to patrol our own neighborhoods and to protect our own neighborhoods. Because obviously these people are not going to do their job.
Right.
Don't they know Atlanta got, the fruit of Islam in there?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get it twisted, man. It's not like we can't, you know what I'm saying? It's back to a time where neighbors would be neighbors, and you know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
you look out for one another, Yep.
And
if we come to that point, not saying that we got to sit here and carry out guns and cap folks, but at the same token, we know who's in our neighborhoods. We know who, dude.
And we're more apt to get to we're more apt to do the community policing when we live in the communities, like those things that are kind of on the table for police to start doing, and actually knowing the people in their districts or on their beat. So they know that, like Bishop said, like Crazy Tyrone, he get a little crazy around the end of the month because the medicine start running out. You know what I'm saying? And his grandma got to go get his medicine, but they don't get their check till the first of the month. So there's a little week and a half period where Tyrone gets a little crazy. Tyrone does not deserve to die for that. And that's what's happening. Like, these police officers don't know. They live out in the suburbs, which is fine. It's fine. Live where you want to live. But you need to get to know the neighborhood that you're, I guess, assigned to, or your beat, so that grandma, you can go talk to grandma. And grandma say, "Oh Lord, Tyrone, he's out again. It's the end of the month. He'll get back straight on his medication at the beginning of the month." And then on top of that, community programs that allow Tyrone to have his regular medication like he's supposed to, because it doesn't fucking cost $800 a month.
Right.
So like it's a multi-layered issue.
But wasn't this all this because of they didn't, because you couldn't choke somebody out?
Right.
That's it too.
Raph said it. I was about to say the same thing Raph just said, or whatever. He was like, it's been the quietest in them neighborhoods in a long time. You know what I mean? It's like this. Because at the end of the day, did the drug dealers mind? Nope. No police presence. You know what I'm saying? It's like this in the hood. It's like you kind of so used to it. You know what I'm saying? You might not even, they might not have even noticed it. Like, oh, it's not as a patrol ain't coming through. That's fine. It's a good day. They might be outside doing something else. Keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we don't need that. We don't need that much policing in the first motherfucking place. Just be there if you call in an emergency, and that's all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you know what I mean? The trap boys, the D boys gonna be out there regardless. Is that the fact is they can relax, you know what I mean, and give people the medicine or drugs that they want, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean, no one's out there in desperation stealing and burning down shit because the cops is not around. We're not savages. That's what they want to they want to paint us as being the savage ass people that if law enforcement is not right there at every hour, that somehow our neighborhood is going to be burnt down. Nope.
Yeah.
Nobody know, because guess what? Just like you got Tyrone, you got tough ass Larry. You got tough ass Larry with the one hit acquit him. Don't nobody want to mess up the neighborhood because tough ass Larry like his neighborhood the way it is. You know what I'm saying? He will let you do so much, but you don't want to get punched by tough ass Larry and his tough ass brothers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's the same situation. It's kind of like, yeah, if you leave us alone, you see what happens. Like, yeah, just back off a little bit. That's what we're asking for. We're asking you to back off a little bit. Back off. Let us do what we have to do. If we feel the need to call you, then we will call you. You know what I'm saying? Treat us just like the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? You're not patrolling the suburbs every day. You know what I'm saying? I don't have an officer running up and down besides the officer that lives in my neighborhood. I don't see a whole bunch of police cars patrolling my neighborhood. My neighborhood.
On that. What's the stats on that? Did they say anything about, you know what I'm saying?
I think Raph hit it. He was like, yo, they said they were the quietest that they've ever been. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody. And I think about it this right here. It's like this: when you're dealing with a black neighborhood, we understand. It's like this. Let's not fuck this up as a community. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's not shoot. You know what I mean? If the cops not gonna be here, it's not gonna turn into World War III. Chill out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So I think they add more stress. So thanks for calling out.
Thanks, Raph. That was good stuff.
Yeah, that was really good stuff. Really good stuff. All right, but but of course, you know, we're going to be keeping an eye on, you know, what's going down in Atlanta, and with what's going to be the repercussions of this, of the Rayshard Brooks shooting. All right, so
we got some
and I'm
going
sorry.
On downtown, Pete. We got some things going on downtown, Pete.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to get into that, especially
pop off, pop off.
Especially when we talk about the look of change. Okay, but just to veer for a hot second. I mean, all right. So we have an arrest. Yeah, we have an arrest. For George Floyd. We have an arrest for Rayshard Brooks. All right, and now we're almost at the end of June, and we still don't have an arrest or charges in the Breonna Taylor case. The closest thing that we have now is one of the cops is getting fired.
Did y'all happen to see that Ben Crump posted the incident report from that night?
No, that I did not catch. What was in the incident report, Kid?
Nothing, because the shit was blank. It was blank, like for real. It had her name on it. It had the cop's name. It's like a 4-page document that they have to fill out exactly what happened. The shit was blank as fuck. I'll go to Ben Crump's page and post it on our Straight to Tape page. But it was blank, y'all. Like, this woman got shot 8 times while she was sleeping. Y'all busted in their house, and her boyfriend started shooting because he thought they were being robbed. And the incident report was blank. And it took, I think this was last week that I read this from Ben Crump's page. It took that long. Like, incident reports supposed to be filed that night or the next day, right? Just general fucking protocol. It took this long for them to release that to the attorneys that requested it. It was bliggity blank. I just broke a fucking nail, but it was blank.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Live on the air.
But yeah, it was blank. It was blank, y'all. It was blank, y'all. Yeah, Tim. It was blankety blank, the blank. Yeah, I'm gonna post it. Let me find it.
But yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because simply because we can't let that die down. Like we can't, you know what I mean? It's unfortunate that it's like a double-edged sword, man. It's unfortunate that that incident got overshadowed because George Floyd happened, and the shooting in Atlanta happened, and it's like, no, we didn't sweep Breonna Taylor under the rug. We got to keep her in the forefront as well. You know what I mean?
Well, Fred, I don't think it was overshadowed. I think it her case was bolstered by these additional events. Unfortunately, like they were just going to sweep it under the rug, but because of just the general unrest that's going on, it kind of boosted it back up into the limelight.
Got a point.
Well, maybe they were, like you were saying, like trying to use whatever's going on with the Floyd and all these other incidents to sweep it up under the rug. So you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, yo. Crazy. But did you see the video?
Look,
you see the video?
And Louisville guy.
Say what?
Perry brought that Greenville internet to with him to Raleigh.
The wind blow his internet, his Wi-Fi go flying down the street.
AOL.com.
That fool said his Wi-Fi fly down the street.
Go catch your Wi-Fi.
But we're gonna mention a little bit about Louisville, or Kentucky in general, because today the news comes out that they closed all but one of the voting precincts in the majority Black districts.
Yep.
For 61,000 voters.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't remember the stats, but Felicia, do you have the stats?
Yeah.
But they thank you. Felicia just posted the incident report, but they are closed all but one of the polling places in the majority. 50% of the Black voters live in this one district. Right. There are 61,000 registered Black voters in that district, and they closed all of the polling places but one.
But isn't this what we were talking about before, Key? About registering, mailing in your vote, just because of this thing. Remember when this all kicked off, and we were talking about that? We were talking about doing that, or having that knowledge of having people to, prepare to do mail-in vote. You know what I'm saying?
It is, but this move right here makes me scared. Because they haven't closed that many voting districts in the non-Black areas. So who's to say if you I live in 27604, or who's to say that the ballot's coming from 27610?
Oh, I get it. I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? It just is
exactly what you're saying. I'm
herring.
I'm saying this. We knew.
Yeah.
That during this time that they were going to use this COVID joint to finagle some shit, man.
Suppress votes.
Exactly. And we talked about it, and we thought about, that's probably a smart idea to even have that prepared, especially for situations like this. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy.
But now you have Kentucky, eliminating some of the polling places, okay? Especially in a year,
all of the polling places, friend.
Yeah. But especially in a year. And thank you, Felicia. Went down from 3,700 to 170, and especially in a year when the senior senator from the state of Kentucky, who just so happens to be the Senate majority leader, is up for re-election.
Oh, Mitch.
Okay. Cocaine Mitch. You know what I mean? Cocaine Mitch. All right. So,
Cocaine Mitch.
Yeah. And actually, just to flip over to Louisville again, all right, just real quick, we don't have, barely got a word on Breonna Taylor. We don't have a word on David McAtee, who is a Louisville barbecue chef that was murdered during during the protest. Okay. Louisville, get your shit together, yo.
Just throw the whole fucking state away, yo. Just throw the whole state away. All y'all Black people move and migrate. All y'all Black people and allies, just move and migrate. Throw the whole state away, and y'all can rebuild. Like, this shit is done. Like, it's blatant. Like, I don't. Especially with all the other bullshit that goes on in this world, especially around the president of the United States. Like I really expect like someone to come down from the heavens and be like, yo, this shit is wrong. It's so blatantly racist and apparently wrong by everyone's standards, like a normal person's standards. But the world is so fucked up right now. Like the world is so fucked up right now.
That's just how the South do. Don't mind them. That's just how the South is.
Yo, it's like this. It's like this. Racism is kicking and screaming. It is having a motherfucking tantrum. That's what it is. This is the 1960s all over again. But what we have now is Negroes that are not going to take the shit. It's going to be like
my mom said it's worse. Like my mom said it's worse. Like this is worse than what. And my mom will be, what year is it? It's 2020, so she'll be 70 this year.
Right.
She was like, this shit is crazy.
Yeah, no, what it is, but it's like this. The Negroes ain't sitting at lounging counters no more. Because if you throw a milkshake on me in 2020,
automatic hands.
You coming over there.
Automatic hands.
Automatic hands.
Yo, you got it.
We got
now. Did you learn your lesson? Did you learn your lesson, sir? Do you know how to put your hands on people?
Got to square up.
I got to square up. You better have your fight game in order. You better be in UFC. I'm gonna give you these hands.
Yo, did y'all see that video of the racist ass white guy throwing insults at an Asian dude? Did y'all see? That?
Yeah, that was.
Oh, when he knocked him out.
That's where the fuck we are. Listen, dude was like, because the whole premise of both of my kids are black belts. My daddy is too. So the whole premise of most martial arts is to de-escalate. And then when you get back to the corner, you have the skills to pay the bills, right? Mm-hmm. So this guy is just accosting this Asian man.
Oh man.
He is accosting him in the middle, like a middle of a sidewalk, middle of a street, and dude's like trying to get away. He's like, yo. Like he tried to thwart him for it's a 5-minute video. So for the first 4 minutes, dude is trying to like de-escalate and thwart this dude.
Do me. I don't want no problem. I'm telling you, it was really like, I'm just getting over it. Like I'm a foreign national. I'm coming over here just trying to live my life. Like he had broken English and everything. Excuse me. I don't want no problem. I don't want no problem. Continue.
And then when it got to be too much, like quick, pow, dude was laying on the ground in front of he was in the crosswalk. Like he knocked the nigga out in the crosswalk. Yeah. But you know what dude did? You know what he did?
He tried to pick him up.
He still had humanity. He tried to pick him up and make sure, like he was literally laying in the crosswalk.
Yeah.
In front of a minivan at a light.
Because once he hit that minivan, all you heard was, whoa.
Wait a minute. I did see that. I saw that.
Exactly. And then he tried to explain himself. He was messing with me. He was like, I'm sorry. Like, yo,
right. Apologetic to the end, right?
Like he was polite. He kept trying to back up, like if you put it in how we would say it, if you were using one of our voices, like, bro, I don't want to have to fuck you up,
right?
So please leave me alone because I'm about to knock you fresh the fuck out. Please,
put out. And dude was on the
ground. Laughing, almost choked.
Soon as it went like this right here, and I saw that fucking glow, I knew it was over.
I mean, dude was just swinging. He was obviously drunk. White dude was drunk. He was just swinging.
Listen,
I felt like I was watching what's that Jackie Chan movie? Drunken
Master.
Drunken Master. Yeah.
My man said, "I'm sorry." He said, "No." He knocked him out and said, "I'm sorry."
He knocked him the fuck out. Like he didn't stumble or nothing. He just went.
It was no hands to catch him. It was no hands.
Nigga.
You know what's a knockout when your arms don't work to help you?
Yeah.
His arms.
Yeah, when your arms do this number right here, you knock the fuck out.
Yeah. but he tried to be nice. He tried to be polite. You can only be pushed like 5 or 6 times before it's hands time. Okay, and and he was lucky that he dealt with someone that was allowing himself to be pushed 5 to 6 times before he put his hands on her. Some cats, it only takes one time. That one time.
He lucky he didn't find a person that was like, I wish a motherfucker would. I wish a nigga would. Please.
I feel like that. I feel like I'm that person. That's why I stay in the house. I can't like the whole. And then the latest video of the dude not wanting to wear a mask into the grocery store and is pushing the dude and pushing the dude, and dude like moves out the way and he falls down on the ground and he gets up and continues to try to accost this man. He need to go to jail. Lock him up.
I'm about this.
That's like having AIDS. That's like having AIDS and spitting
in the street, and you push me. I'm gonna bite your freaking nose off and chew on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm about this right here. I'm going full on disfigurement. I'm gonna bite you in the neck, and I'm gonna go limp. I'm gonna just hang there like a pit. I'm just
breath smelling like bath salt.
Not bath salt.
Y'all
remember that shit?
Yeah.
Y'all remember that? Yeah. People were acting like the zombie apocalypse was about to jump off.
Don't come over here with that. Please don't come over here with
one incident of a hungry motherfucker, and now everybody's motherfucking damn eating people.
I'll be out when I be out in the streets. I have my damn what is it? Arthur fist balled up as I'm walking through the damn store. Like I don't need nobody to talk to me. Don't run your mouth at me the wrong way. Like just yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Thank you.
I'm gonna get naked. I'm gonna get naked and fight you naked. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start taking off my shoes and socks and everything like that. I'm gonna fight you buck ass naked. It's gonna be a problem when you mess. Crazy black kids don't race.
But Bishop, if you ever want to diffuse a fight situation, get butt naked and try to fight somebody. That would diffuse everything quick.
I'm like, what? You said what? I'm taking the pants off first. I'm gonna throw them on my shoulder. They don't need that.
You know why? Because I ain't getting my ass beat by a naked nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. Right.
You know, Quake. Quake. I don't even think it's that quick. I think it's the point of when your fisticuffs stop and you start wrestling and you had that nut sack rubbing against you. That's the shit you don't want. That's the shit you don't want.
Right. Right.
See, you have to understand. You all have to understand the word gymnasium means working out naked. So during the Olympic times, when they used to do Greco fucking wrestling, they did that shit naked, and it was fucking damn quick as hell because nobody wanted a dick or a fucking nut sack rubbed against their fucking cheek, mouth, or nothing.
Because when you start wrestling, you might have to grab a nigga between his legs and try to get the upper hand.
Exactly.
How you gonna scoop somebody up? How you gonna scoop somebody up when you got fucking damn? You got here. You got me right there. All over there. Yeah, you got the dick. Yeah. That's not cool at all, dog. That's not cool at all.
No, man. No.
I'm not scoop slamming a naked motherfucker. I'm not scoop slamming nobody.
Not at all. Not at all. And power slamming is totally out of hour.
Yeah, for real. Because
because check it out.
When that hand slip in, that you got the poop finger.
Hey, yo, just check it out. How masculine do you look scoop slamming a naked motherfucker? I don't care.
Yo, Rob. Can you picture going to the ground and putting the cat in the figure 4 leg lock?
Oh man,
naked.
Oh hell.
Naked.
Just pinning the motherfucker is weird to me. Just pinning me is weird to me. If you just just pinning me.
I'm a full-on spider monkey. That's what I'm gonna do. Front facing spider monkey splash straight at you.
Splash.
Slow motion. Just me rolling up through
my God.
Yeah.
Hands off.
Naked wrestling.
But anyway, don't approach me because I got my Arthur fist balled up every time I leave the house. I'm just waiting for a motherfucker to say something. I'm not getting naked, but
Rap said
that's the only reason why we like dude. That's the only reason why we watch girls fight, for them to get naked.
Rap said don't tombstone the naked dude.
Oh, hell
wow.
Yeah,
no.
true. And B, yeah, you're right, man. The chokehold is out too. Yeah, that's a little bit too fucking close. Okay,
Right.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's some David Carrington shit right there. That's some David.
Come on
Carrington
with
shit.
Anyway,
I think that
y'all
joke
are
that's
good
everybody
and
right there.
stupid.
That's David Carrington.
Y'all are officially ignorant.
yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
Bishop.
chat
That was a
room.
good one, Bishop. That was a good one.
What were we even talking about? I don't even. What was the topic? What was the topic?
I have
Y'all-
no
I
idea.
have no idea. I don't
No.
know.
We've
Andy, you stupid. Andy is stupid.
Andy said a hurricane run a tea bag. Boy, you stupid as hell.
That's my dude, man. That's my dude, man.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Oh man, it's good to laugh. It's good to laugh. Oh, my God.
That was good.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, look, we got to go to this segment of the show where, well, you know how people bandwagon stuff, you know, they jump on bandwagons, they take, they take the great opinion and they ride with that motherfucker. Okay. Well, of course, we got this one cat on the show who does not do that. Okay. He doesn't like bandwagons. He hates bandwagons. In fact, he's the type of cat that likes to take your helmet, the helmet with the star on it, and throw it into the wall with you still in it, okay? Because that's not the type of cat that he is, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, the unpopular opinion with number one, Rob Stud.
Thank you.
AKA
Let him have it, Rob. Let him have it. Let him have it, man.
Oh, will you say, Bishop?
AKA fuck your Warriors jersey.
Hey, listen, man. Look, in recent unpopular opinion segments, we've gone real serious and real political, and I understand, you know what I'm saying. It's been real serious the last couple months, man. But at some point we gotta just have some levity, man. So I'm just gonna say that my unpopular opinion this evening, man, is simply this: if you are the type of person that eats sugar in your grits, your mama don't wash the tub, man.
Oh.
She just don't wash the tub, bro.
Taking off my clothes right now. I'm headed over your crib right now, B. You ain't gonna talk about my mama.
Don't come over here.
Yo, nigga, my daddy gonna come see you because he eats both.
Man. That's all New York.
What you say?
My daddy eats both. He about to come see your ass. My daddy about to come see your ass because I know S2T wash the damn bathtub. How about that?
Hey, look, y'all better not send nobody over here. Y'all better not send them over here. I got arms in this motherfucker.
Okay, Rob. All right, Rob.
You had to shoot me naked. I'm unarmed.
All right, Rob. You from Philly. You from Philly. You from the up in the up area
Originally.
So how did you start off eating yours?
Hell if I know, shit. Salt, butter, pepper.
Okay.
Nah, sugar.
What you trying? No, what you trying? I know you're trying to go with the cream of wheat theory.
Yeah,
the cream of wheat ain't
exactly.
It's different.
Yeah, you might as well be.
It
might as well be if you're gonna put sugar in it.
Yeah, okay, hold on.
Cream of wheat is cream of wheat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anything creamy.
all the shit tastes like
I'm from Philly too. Hold on. As another person from Philadelphia, this way you have, you know what I'm saying? We grew up in Philadelphia, okay. You know what I mean? I lived almost half my life in Philly. Unlike Rob, he moved down here when he was 4. You know what I'm saying? So he don't really count.
Lies.
Listen.
Lies.
Cream of wheat. All cream of wheat.
Don't do that, Rob. Don't do that.
I know for real. I'm beefing with Rob. But listen, cream of wheat is just a smoother grits. It's the difference of texture. It's all it is. It's the same thing It's white balls.
You are out of your fucking mind, bro.
It's just that's all cream of wheat is.
Cream of wheat is soggy ass fucking damn cardboard boxes. That's what cream of wheat is,
bro. Cream of wheat got cinnamon in it. The fuck? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Grits are made for. They're made for salt, melted butter, and black pepper.
And some hoop
cheese. You understand what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Hoop cheese.
Thank you.
Country.
He said hoop cheese.
I was good shit. Like fuck that. Like I fuck with that. Listen, cream of wheat, like grits. If you can't find cream of wheat, grits is a perfect substitute to put your sugar in. I'm saying yes to sugar grits. You know what I'm saying? I've had both. I've had cheese grits. Grits is one of those situations that it can work with anything. You know what I'm saying? I think grits work with anything that's cold.
So you saying that is transgranular?
It's transgranular, whatever that is.
Whatever the fuck that
I know where you're going. I know where Tico's going with this. Stop it. Stop it, Tico. Stop it right now. Stop it right now. Stop it right now.
You know I hate food trying to be something that is not. You know I hate food trying to be something that is not.
Hey, look, man, stop, man. You teetering on. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We got sponsors, bro. We got sponsors.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
we got sponsors to worry about too.
So, just like Lynn said, cream of wheat is for sugar, grits, salt. I mean, don't stop going around out here and putting damn sugar in your fucking grits, man. It don't belong,
you don't tell me what to do with my grits.
It don't belong. And I'm telling you, y'all got a ring around the fucking tub. I'm telling you do.
Yo, what I'm doing here.
There you go.
Well, guess what? Some of y'all people be putting
Andy.
sugar in spaghetti too. So you know,
okay, hold tight.
Sugar spaghetti, you need to be punched in the mouth.
Hold tight.
I got a problem with that.
Hold tight. Why you got a problem with it? You know when you go to Italian restaurants and you're eating, you know what I'm saying, tomato sauce. You know what's in the fucking tomato sauce? A pinch of sugar.
A pinch.
No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about people that put sugar on after, like when it's plated.
After.
There are people that put sugar on the spaghetti. Like after plate. It has the nude on the plate. Yes.
Oh no, that's bullshit. No, that's bullshit.
Thank you.
Listen, your spaghetti should not be sweet. You should not be able to taste. I understand sweetening the sauce, but there is no reason why you should have licorice tasting spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? Your spaghetti should not taste like fucking Twizzlers. You know.
However,
they do it at K&W and K&S. That's
thank you. K&W's spaghetti is banging, and it probably has lots of sugar in it. Yeah. But did you know that K&W spaghetti is not made with tomato sauce?
What's it made with?
What's it made with?
Ketchup, mustard, like a whole Worcestershire sauce. Like it does not. The recipe does not have tomato sauce in it.
The Italian part of me, my little 25% of Italian just revolted right now. He's inside of me.
Well, it's baked spaghetti, and Italians don't make that anyway, so it's fine.
It's just like a chalupa. There's no such thing.
Peace, Andy.
Hi, Andy. Thank you.
You could take the sugar grits. That's the straw that broke the camel.
Andy's all right. Andy's all right with me because he said, you know what I'm saying, salt and butter and pepper and the cheese and the grits.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
that works. But if I want sugar in my grits, sugar and butter in my and milk in my grits, then I would eat grits.
No extra money for no damn cream of wheat. Ain't nobody got money like that. You know what I'm saying? If it's some cheap ass grits in the drawer, you put butter and sugar in them joints.
What you saying?
Sugar.
So you saying cream of wheat is less than grits?
All I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying
I feel like it's the same thing. No,
I'm saying if you put it's different. I'm telling you, it's different. If you put sugar in your grits, you the type of person that mashes together small pieces of soap in the shower and shit to try to make the shit last longer. That's the type of person I'm dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? You just don't get a new bar of soap. You take the slivers of soap and mash them shits together to take your bath.
Did they not work the same though?
You got Irish Shore, right?
Right.
Did they not work the same? I mean, I use liquid soap.
If I knew I was gonna get bullied on this show, I wouldn't have got on it.
But do they not work the same? So if you have 3 small slivers and you smush them together and they make one good size bar,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
soap, does it not get your ass as clean as it would the whole bar of soap?
Just
I don't
gonna
know. Yeah, I mean,
Y'all judgy as fuck. Don't
I'm
worry
just
about what I
gonna
eat, okay?
Don't
Don't worry about what I eat.
New bar.
Listen,
soap.
you ain't lived
That's
until you
all
watch
I'm
it with Tic Tac.
Exactly. You know.
with Tic Tac soap.
Well, a nigga like me is a DIYer. I just save them and melt them down and just form them into a nice new bar.
There
All
it is.
kinds.
good for it.
Tic Tac soap.
All
What
kinds.
you know about that? What you know about?
Yeah, Mandy. I don't know, baby. I don't know.
Yep.
Bring
I
that
believe
that
it.
all back.
You could do it. You could do it.
Yo. Anyway,
Yo, the comment section is going off, man.
y'all are wild in the
Y'all
comment
are
section, man.
wilding tonight, man.
Yo, y'all are bugging out, man. For real. I love y'all in the comment
Look,
section,
yeah,
bro.
You better put them pieces in the jar and cook them things down.
Warm it in the microwave. That's right.
Warm it in the microwave. That's what we do.
Well, I mean, you melt it. You melt it down.
Anybody got time for that?
Double boiler.
Ain't nobody
Pour
got
it
time for that.
right.
You know,
Hey, man, are we talking about soap
Pressure.
right now?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm just
Pressure.
asking.
Yeah, we
Are we
talking
talking
about
about soap
pressure.
right now?
Pressure on
Soap,
soap.
butter,
Yeah, ain't
whatever.
nobody got time to be melting.
hey,
no
do you know while you're doing all that in the kitchen in the microwave melting soap and shit, I'm in the shower with a new bar of soap. Washing my ass.
Sometimes you ain't got a new bar of soap though, nigga.
Getting clean.
Why you
Sometimes you ain't got a new bar of soap.
bullshitting this detergent?
None of y'all look like y'all grew up in Cabrini Green projects and shit.
Listen,
So-
I'm saying is, not everybody grew up with both their parents and loved in a household. You know what I'm saying?
I
Sometimes
sure
you gotta do
didn't.
what you do.
But what does that have to do with sliver soap?
I
Nothing.
didn't.
Nothing.
Rich ass niggas.
Nothing.
That's a house that's a house that's always has soap. That's a house.
You know, like I said, I can tell you grew up with soap in your house.
right.
I don't like this soap. I'm going to use this. You had choice.
And
Yeah,
lotion because you didn't have to use Crisco.
He
to
probably,
not be
had,
ashy.
The
he probably
type.
had 2-ply paper. He probably had 2-ply toilet paper his whole life too.
Hey, the type of person to go over somebody's house and see it less than a full bar and just start.
Being all judgmental.
Mama,
Right.
I want to come home. Mama, can you come
I-
pick me? Can you come pick me up?
I can no longer stay in this dwelling. They've used the full bar of soap at least twice, and now
Right.
I cannot.
I cannot.
I cannot.
I cannot
simply
stand
cannot.
here. Their lotion is upside down for some strange reason. I
Right.
don't know why the lotion is upside
There's
down.
a hair on the soap.
Someone
Or they
has-
don't have no lotion.
Hey, look,
and
hey,
they have to
Tico.
use Crisco.
Tigo, someone has sliced open the bottle of lotion to retrieve its contents. Oh,
Get your finger down in there. You got
I
to
can
stick
no
down in
longer-
there. I had to stick my finger in there.
Can
You
you,
ain't done that
believe,
with
can you
toothpaste?
believe they even did that with the toothpaste? Did you believe I had to use my toothpaste and scoop it off of the
hey, look, I'm joking. I'm joking and
I
clowning.
really did that. I really
It's
did that.
true.
It's because I've done all this shit,
All of the above, yes,
including the soap. All of this shit, I've done it all. The soap, mashing the soap, all that shit. I'm
What?
telling you.
Y'all look. it's
I
like
do
some-
wash my tub though. I do wash my tub.
It's like some shit I say, man. I got this shit I'm talking about now, man. Y'all young motherfuckers got it good as hell, man. All these fucking body washes and shit. We ain't never had body wash. All we had was fucking shampoo. We let the shampoo come
Shampoo
down.
and
I
body
remember.
talk. We had
Like,
body talk though.
That was the body wash with the shampoo running down your damn back of your damn chest and down your damn leg. That's the only fucking body wash you had. Walk around smelling like
Yo,
perp.
I had a female roommate, yo, and she fucked me up when she put dish detergent to make bubble bath. I was like, yo, you can't live here no more. I was like, yo, we
Now that's going a little too far. Now
Only
I've
no.
done that.
Only
I've done
Dawn. Only Dawn because
exactly.
they use
Only
that to
Dawn?
clean the baby. Only
Yeah,
Dawn
only Dawn. Yep.
that shit
because
is
they
made
use that to
clean
clean the
feet.
baby duck.
hold up, Raph. What's wrong with Lever 2000, son?
Lever
It will
2000.
burn your skin off.
Lever 2000 is the shit.
It will
Lever
burn
2000
your-
is for
y'all have
you
some rough
born-
ass skin. Jesus
Listen,
Christ.
Lever 2000 is for cats like Jim Jones, man. That is like when you always look dirty, you gotta get clean. Like, you know,
That's prison soap. No,
that's that prison
soap.
soap. That's like, yo, you stinking them up. You eat if you use leave it 2000, you eating plain grits. No sugar, no nothing. You just eat the grit. You let that shit cool. You pull it out the pot. You just bite that shit like a pie. Like,
grit cakes.
It'd be hot as hell.
Inez, I like olive oil. I mean, I like coconut oil, but I like olive oil also. I have a bottle that I put olive oil in and essential oils, and I live it.
Yeah,
it goes everywhere, like hair,
garden salad and shit.
Nigga, no, not vinegar and olive oil, just olive oil.
Around,
but however,
when I do, her ass like, what's up?
When I do use olive oil, like Cooper will come lick my leg, like.
That's the dog. That's the dog.
It's a nigga named Cooper that live next door.
Y'all let them think who Cooper is.
Yeah, Cooper's a dog.
He will lick my leg.
Yeah, so I guess the essential oil kills the olive oil like flavor, like smell or whatever. Like you can't tell it's
you
put
okay. It does. And then the lighter color, like you get the more refined olive oil, it doesn't smell like olive oil.
Okay.
Like
do I ever smell like olive oil?
Nope.
No.
All right then.
No. But I ain't been a sunny day. If you start smelling good, I'm gonna bite one of your shoulders. I'm like, yo, like.
There you go, talking that eating shit there, that bath salt. Check his pockets for bath salt. There you go.
Hey, listen. So that's basically my unpopular opinion. All I do is just throw stupid shit out there and just let y'all run with it. But yeah, sugar grits. Stop it. Stop that shit. Stop it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the unpopular opinion. Thank you, Rob.
That was a good one, man.
Yeah, we needed that laugh, man.
No doubt. No doubt. I'm with you on that, Raph.
Sugar grits.
So guys,
sugar grits.
Sugar grits.
Yeah, you got me. That's exactly what I was saying.
Oh, sugar grits.
Oh, sugar grits.
All right.
Oh shit! I'm tickling myself.
Okay. All right, yo. All right. So over the past 2 weeks, all right. So we've had police reform bills. One is a Democratic one led by the House of Representatives, the Justice and Policing Act of 2020. And last week, the Republicans in the Senate came out with their version of their police reform bill, the Justice Act. Now, have you guys had a chance to take a look at both of these bills?
I was waiting for the Zack Snyder episode to come out for the Justice.
Thanks. That's what we depended on you for, Pete. So just go ahead and break it down.
Yeah,
of course, we'll do. Okay, so the Justice and Policing Act of 2020. This is the bill from the House, and some of the highlights from that. Let's see. It prohibits federal, state, and local law enforcement from racial, religious, and discriminatory profiling, and mandates training on racial and religious biases. Okay, bans the use of chokeholds and no knock warrants. At the federal level. Mandates the use of dashboard cameras and body cameras for federal offices. Also requires state and local law enforcement to use existing federal funds to ensure the use of body cameras. All right. Also, it also establishes a national police misconduct registry to prevent problematic officers who are fired and leave and go somewhere else to try to get a job. Okay. That's the Democratic version. All right. Now, when you look at the Republican version, and let's take a look at some of the highlights of the Republican version. Okay. Now, they will, with the Republican version, it increases federal reporting requirements, as it relates to use of force, no knock warrants. Okay. It also increases penalties for false police reports. You hear that, Louisville? Anyway. Okay. Now, it does have a ban on chokeholds. All right, except when deadly force is authorized. Okay. Um, it also, as it relates to using, body, police body cameras. All right, uh, they want to put into place grant programs. Okay, for state and local police for them to use them. Okay, and penalize them if they do not use them. Okay.
Okay.
They also want to create a database, for police disciplinary records, so that once again, you try to get a job somewhere, your information is up. You can automatically pull it up. Okay. Um, it also directs the Justice Department to develop and provide training on de-escalating tactics. Okay. So I'll be honest, when you look at this, when you look at both of these bills, to me, both of these bills are kind of good starting points. Reason why I say that, okay, is because you have one bill, the Republican bill, that has some things and could be better on other things. Okay. They're both of these bills are so similar. Both of these bills offer this, the same, the same solutions. Okay. One might go farther than others on, on some things. One might not go farther enough. You can actually look at that way with both of these. The biggest difference, I know the biggest difference with both of these bills is qualified immunity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is qualified immunity. Once again, that ability to hold cops, responsible. All right.
Right.
And
so explain to the people what qualified immunity means.
Well, qualified immunity, and guys, I actually want to pull up the textbook definition of it.
And while you're doing that, I think the meat of this both bills is the database, and it is tried, true, and tested that cops do wrong. They do wrong. They have all of these cases against them and money that has had to been paid out, and violations of civil rights and stuff like that get swept under the rug, and the mandate to report those incidents into a national database so these people aren't able to just go to the next state over or the next town over in some cases and get another job policing means a lot. Like, we do it with our doctors, we do it with lawyers, we do it with nurses. Like, I don't understand why we don't do it with cops. Well, I understand why, but it doesn't make sense.
You know what's making me feel real good is that both of these bills, they like you say, they're similar, and it finally I see some work that looks like it's something could come, you know what I'm saying, out of it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? It's like finally I see I see some hope, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. I see it. It's not a, well, I don't like this and I don't like that. Now I'm gonna give you my reasons, give you boom, that sounds good. Yours sound good too. We on the same level. Let's put this stuff together.
That's what politics should be. That's what politics should be. Yeah. Yeah.
And Felicia, thank you for dropping that definition. But under the doctrine of qualified immunity, government officials performing discretionary functions are immune from civil lawsuits unless the plaintiff shows that the officer violated clearly established statutory and constitutional rights for which a reasonable person would have known. In other words, can't sue a cop,
right?
Or cannot sue a cop. Okay, can or cannot that cop being held liable or responsible for what they have done, if it is right or wrong. Okay?
Right, but if we apply it to the George Floyd case, chokeholds were already they don't allow chokeholds in his state, right? At the time of his murder.
Right.
Yeah.
But
So,
it's a popular policing tactic, I guess.
It's
we saw a couple of days ago, actually.
Right.
We saw a couple of days ago,
Yep.
days ago in New York. You know?
Oh, he got fired too. I mean, or administrative leave on that.
Suspended without pay.
Suspended without pay. I mean, it's like this. Basically, what it's saying, like they like I hate laws. You know why I hate laws? Because they put all this verbiage in the shit to be like, hey, don't do some shit that you're not supposed to do without the uniform on. Like at the end of the day, like we shouldn't have this right here where you can say the person should have known. You understand that you cannot choke a human being without doing damage to a human being. You can't choke something, you know what I'm saying? It's like this to subdue somebody if you don't know what the hell you're doing. You know what I mean? If you hold a chokehold for that, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy the way people, because we think when they make these laws, they make laws for stupid people. Just like they put caution hot on coffee cups or already sharpened pencils. They say don't stick the pointy in your eye because it's a bunch of stupid. They make the laws.
You know what, Bishop? I was sitting and I just happened to look over and there was a plastic bag on the floor, right? And there was this like paragraph of shit on the fucking plastic bag. That's for liability purposes, right? But who puts a plastic? Who lets their babies play with plastic? Somewhere years ago, someone let their baby
play with a plastic
bag, and ended up getting to sue whoever the manufacturer of that plastic bag was, probably the company, the restaurant, or store that gave them that plastic bag, and got a lot of fucking money because their dumb ass, just like these motherfuckers, eat these Tide Pods and want to sue Tide because the Tide Pods, like, I buy Tide Pods because it's easy for the boys to like not get shit all like Tide juice all over the place, right? But it is it's like a medicine bottle to get into a damn jug or whatever it is of Tide Pods because motherfuckers
of stupid
are
people.
Dumb people. Because
it's so colorful, it looks like candy. I'm gonna go ahead and eat it.
No, what it is this right here, because people, it's like this. Like Father J just passed. Shout out to all the dads out here. Dads have a special, like we could see when it happens. Like if your kid's running in the house and you know you have cords on the floor, I can see the injury in my mind. Stop fucking running. Why? Because I can see you breaking your shit. I gotta pause NBA 2K, and then I gotta take your ass to the fucking hospital. I'm being in the hospital so long, I can't unpause my game. I'm gonna miss my spot. Like this is how dads think. Every dad think we selfishly
preventative.
Thank you. Yeah. We don't feel like being in the emergency room, so stop fucking running.
Stop fucking running. Because if you break shit, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like I'm gonna whip your ass while you're bleeding. That's who I am. I'm that dad.
Too. I mean, at least I do. Like, y'all stop all that horseplay because I don't want to go to the hospital tonight.
No, see what I do? I'm like, yo,
That's a mom for you.
That's I do this right here. I understand because I look around. Like I'm like, yo, you gonna bang your head on the corner of the table. You gonna give your brother a concussion, and when you give your brother a concussion, I gotta take him to the hospital. You gonna be crying. Your shoes ain't untied. While I'm taking him to the hospital, you gonna fall down the steps and chip your teeth. Now I gotta go to the dentist and the hospital at the same damn time. I'm only one person. Y'all stop. Go to bed. Nobody gets any ice cream. Everybody got to go to bed at 5:30 in the afternoon now because y'all stressing me the fuck out.
Summertime when it's light outside.
We're like
for another 4 hours. It's gonna be light for another 4 hours. Get into bed. Go to sleep.
Doing Minority Report shit. He's stopping the crime before it even starts.
I'm telling you, my back too bad to be catching kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right, Felicia. Felicia said, "Ain't nobody got a copay tonight." I ain't trying to hear it. Not trying to hear it.
That's my bottle of redemption.
Right.
Your copay is my bottle of redemption. Stop fucking with me, yo.
You ain't gonna take away Daddy's still moon.
Daddy already took his daddy's
Well, my next bottle. My next bottle is still moving.
Back in the Western days, the only thing you had to worry about was your kid getting bit by a rattlesnake.
You stuck this right on out.
Yo, listen.
Yeah, but even then,
I saw something scroll across my timeline today. And I don't know what I've been talking about. It's probably mosquitoes, because mosquitoes out back in my house are terrible. I got to do something about it. But nevertheless, it's an apparatus that you buy, and it's like a plunger to suck out the poison and the juices from a bug bite. It didn't say snake bites. It's probably not that strong. But if you get a mosquito bite, you're supposed to put this thing on there and pull it up, and it sucks all the venom from the mosquito, the saliva from the mosquito out of your bite.
Tico, shut up, Tico.
Shut up, Tico. You saw it too. You saw it too.
I passed. Alley-oop, Tico, go. Catch it.
I'm blocking the alley-oop.
No. So you're saying that there's a device.
Here we go.
Oh, God.
So there's a sucking device that literally gets the insect venom out of your system, such as mosquitoes and bees and that such.
Out of the butt. Yeah, pause, Candace. Pause. Absolutely.
So for small penis men.
I know
Oh, God. Okay. In my mind.
Small penis men, the tip. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. Yo.
That's very
I can tell. Yo, why was I thinking the same thing? Yo, in my mind, I was like, I know what I see Tico smile. I was like, see what he thinking. No, man. No.
Baby carrots.
See, here's the whole thing.
Baby carrots.
You were thinking it. He already had it fully formed, was about to say
he had it formed.
Whether we wanted him to or not.
Oh, you gotta be quicker than that.
So, Key, does it look like what does it look like a needle? What does it
No,
look like?
it's like a I don't even want to say these words.
Go ahead and say it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead and say it.
It's a tube
Yes.
about this long,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got a plunger in the top, and you stick it on the bite.
Okay.
And you pull the plunger up, and it sucks out the venom and the saliva from the bug. And it's supposed to so you won't have an itchy bite. You know what I'm saying?
Sound like a girl I knew from Bragg Street.
Shut up,
Itchy
Tina.
bite.
She was out here saving lives.
Out there saving lives.
So
Police officer stopped and said, "What are you doing?" She said, "The nigga got bit by a snake. I'm sucking the venom out."
Has everyone watched the Five Bloods? The Five Bloods.
Yes.
Has everybody watched it?
Yes. Oh my god.
At the end, where Delroy Lindo's character got bit by the snake. He was,
there we go.
Yo, can I say right here? Delroy, we have to give that man his flowers.
He is awesome, and he was so very fucking handsome for that's the old man I want. That's the old man.
Like, he's been in Clockers. He's been in Gone in 60 Seconds. He's LeBron James' real dad. Listen, you know what I'm saying?
Did he play in Crook? Was he the dad? He was the daddy. He was the finance daddy in Crooklyn, wasn't he?
Right. Yeah. What I'm saying, if you think Delroy don't look like a LeBron James, you are lying to yourself. He just gave us the greatest basketball player in the world, and y'all not gonna give this man his props.
Oh, y'all are dumb today.
You're stupid, brother. You stupid as fuck.
Yes,
Yo,
Delroy Lindo.
Yeah. Delroy Lindo, he's one of my favorite actors. He's always been one of my favorite actors of all time. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely killed that role. You know what I mean?
Spike, man.
Definitely.
Spike,
yeah.
Yo, the twist on that movie, man, was just was bug.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was one thing, and then it switched to something else, and then it switched to something else.
It was good. That was a good movie, and I was so bothered at the beginning. Towards the first half of the movie. The movie's long as fuck. It's like 2 hours and 30 something, 40 minutes long. So I was so annoyed that they didn't have young actors to play the young roles, right? Because this is supposed to be 60 fucking years ago.
Right.
And they're flashing back to Vietnam. But I read an article. Netflix wouldn't give him money.
Wouldn't give him the money to de-age them.
De-age them, either de. So which costs less or more? Actually, CG de-aging the actors, or actually hiring young actors? Because really, they would have only needed 2. Like they could have shifted it and hired 2 young actors, one to play Delroy and one to play, what is his name?
Isaiah Whitlock.
Right. Yeah.
I
Isaiah
thought
Whitlock.
I did it on purpose because the thing about it, it makes it so it's like this. It's kind of like this. You know when you remember something,
right?
When you remember something, you remember it at the age that you are now.
Right. That's how
you know what I'm saying. And I thought that was very dope because it was like it's showing them the way they're remembering the story. They're remembering themselves in that story, and you're seeing them remember it. So like when someone tells you a story, when you tell me a story about you running a 4.4, you know what I'm saying, and I'm looking at Rob like, okay, Rob, right now, this is the only way I know you, right? I'm seeing your ass running a 4.4. I'm like, Rob was fast for a big nigga,
which will be fucking miraculous at this stage of my life. Running a 4.4.
I'm like, he quick on his feet. You know what
I would love to run a 4.4 right now.
I know, but Bishop, that's a retrofitted reasoning for why he didn't have
because we didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Exactly. I didn't know that until you just said it. That's how I thought.
But I was annoyed as fuck. But then as I got into the movie, like it was really it was really that's one of my favorite characters of all time. Like what's his name in The Wire?
Clay Davis in The Wire.
Clay Davis, right? But
and homeboy, the other homeboy was in The Wire. The one with the bad hook was taking the opium.
Lester Freeman.
Lester Freeman. Yeah.
Well, what's his real name?
Ponytail, though. I don't know, but ponytail.
But I'm saying he had that ponytail. Shout out to his daughter, though. Shout out to his daughter. His daughter was. I thought at one point I had to realize that the lady that was on the radio wasn't actually the chick that he made the baby with.
Hey, I mixed that up too. It was a good movie. I'm gonna watch it again. I'll probably watch it again this weekend.
Oh, and Lester Freeman. You mean Clark Peters? That's the guy.
Clark Peters is his real name. Yep.
He was in The Wire and he was on a corner. You know what I'm saying? If you remember, he had the Popeye arms. He had done so much hair when he had the Popeye arms. I was like,
it's bugged out because if you're a regular follower of The Wire, if you're a fan of that show, a lot of the people that actually played cops in The Wire were dope fiends on the corner. It's crazy, right?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
and look, and those fans that were catching feelings when they saw those pictures of Chad Boseman, all skinny and such.
Now you know.
Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Oh, there was
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. No.
He lost weight in what was what's the Bridges movie? Like the 18 Bridges?
21 Bridges.
Yeah. 12 Bridges. You can see he was smaller then too. You know what I'm saying? So it's a progression, but yeah, he need to gain that weight back.
I don't understand why people are tripping because once you leave Wakanda, you do not get the herb to become the Black Panther anymore.
You are no longer the Black Panther.
The Black Panther.
But not only that, but not only that, he's not doing anything MCU wise. I mean, come on, Chris Pratt was a pudgy motherfucker before Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
I mean, but here's the thing. Like, if people don't understand that actors are going to gain weight and lose weight for a particular role, then just watch the news. Stop fucking watching movies. Like, they're actors. They're gonna mold. That's their job. That's why they get paid the big.
I mean, shit.
They're gonna
big shout out to 50.
Their bodies.
Right.
Remember when 50? Remember when 50 did
that?
Lost
that was crazy.
Weight? Yo.
Yeah.
I actually like 50 as an actor. So, like, he did that.
I'm gonna shoot you in the face.
All
right. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, look, just back to the bill real quick. These are starting points, okay? Now, and Key, I love this hashtag that you came out with over the weekend. Let's put the policy back into politics. Hey, this is a start. You have one bill, you have the other bill. Let's negotiate it down. Let's negotiate it till we have something right.
Let me pause for a second. If I catch any one of y'all posting that hashtag on Twitter or anything like that without having given the hip hop mom her just due, I'm coming to see you.
Exactly.
Coming to see you.
Let everybody know where it came from. Okay.
Yep.
All right, guys, let's talk about the look of change real quick, okay? Because there's a lot going on as it relates to the look of change. I know one place that I want to start. I got to start with Bubba Wallace show. We need to start with Bubba Wallace. Okay.
I'm a big NASCAR fan, man, and
you look like it.
And
this nigga is upset. Wait, let's start with he's upset that it took Dukes of Hazzard off of the TV.
Yeah, I'm very upset about that. I'm very real. But we just need to support this dude, man. He's a good dude. His beginnings is humble. He loves the race, and as blacks, we should support him. We should go out and buy all his shit, buy all his merch.
And he's with Richard Petty.
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
He's with the legend. All right.
Yeah.
And so of course, a couple of weeks ago, he came out, with the Black Lives Matter on his car. Okay. Speaking about change, and then NASCAR, which I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked when NASCAR said no.
I think everybody was.
Flag,
everybody was, and they just hired a dude named Brandon Thompson as their head of diversity and inclusion. Like, I said this last week, and I've said it to my kids all week. Like, change is happening right before our eyes right now. Yep. Like, you either get down
or you lay down.
The fuck down. Like, you lay down. And so I read this morning, earlier this morning, about them hiring Brandon Thompson as their leader of diversity and inclusion at NASCAR. And then I see the video of the full-on support of Bubba. Like, change is happening, y'all. It's happening.
The crazy thing about it, though, Key, I'm sorry to cut you off, Key. But the other thing about it is he's not the first black person to be in NASCAR. There's a female that was out there that was doing it. I mean,
what was her name? I forgot what her name was.
Beautiful sister. Man, dude. I mean, he's a dope dude for real, and he's a great. He's a great racer, man. He's really dope at what he does, man.
And a cool thing about NASCAR, they jumping in front of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool thing with NASCAR, they're like, because and to go back to what Perry was saying, when they asked Bubba, like, how can we change? He was like, I'll suggest that you guys take away the flags. And they said, well, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? We're going to sit here and listen. And they listened to Bubba, and he just suggested it. He just suggested that they take down the flags. That was a suggestion, and they took his suggestion to heart and was like, do we actually really need these flags out here? And they moved them on out of the situation. And then as far as with the noose in his garage, from when I looked at the mothership.
Wait, Omega, give the people some insight when you talk about the noose. Now tell everyone what happened.
Okay, so with the noose, they got the noose in the they left the noose. Someone left the noose in his stall, right? I guess that was from the backlash for him suggesting that they take away the Confederate flags. Bubba Wallace didn't actually see the noose. Someone saw it, they reported it, and NASCAR got in front of it and was like, we don't like this. Bubba Wallace got a noose in his thing. Bubba didn't see it. They removed it and everything like that and still reported it. Like, and it was like in years past, they would have just swept that under the rug. Like, did he see it? Nah, let's go ahead and no harm, no foul, right? He didn't see it. We ain't got to address it. Bubba, we found this in the joint. We're really sorry. We're going to make sure this doesn't happen again. They're doing a full-on investigation about this. So shout out to NASCAR for being in front of it and just like, yo, like really saying that. Because what it is, it's like this: when you think NASCAR, you think a certain person watches NASCAR, right? And we all have that stereotype, like who was watching NASCAR, right? And NASCAR is like, yeah, that person is watching NASCAR, but not every one of these people are down with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like Dale Earnhardt Jr., he dropped the tweet, was like, I hope Bubba wins the race. Just to shit on you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this. So you put these persons, just because it's a, you know what I'm saying, let's be honest, just because it's a white man from the South does not actually mean that man or that woman is automatically racist. You know what I'm saying? They're saying that lie. That's not, we all don't believe that bullshit.
It's changing, man. The whole dynamics are changing. I've been to a couple of races, and you'd be surprised to see how many of us are out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, my first time going, I was just like, man, I'm about to be the only dot out here. You know what I'm saying? Seeing this thing. But when I go out there, man, it was like, yo, I couldn't turn around without seeing one of us out there, you know? And so, I mean, dude, we like fast cars. We like fast motorcycles. We like racing. You know what I'm saying? So why not? Why not change for that? You know what I'm saying?
And plus with technology, man, and the way that the advances that they've made in covering the sport made me that much more interested in it. Like, you know, they break down all the science behind it, and you know, the weight of the car, and you know, you have to go so many you know, like trying to preserve tires and or come in to get gas, you know, pitting, you know what I'm saying? All of that type of stuff. And I saw one, I was looking at coverage on one, and they were showing the actual heat that was coming from one of the rotors, man. Like it was glowing red and shit, like stuff like that, man. You know what I mean? Like I've been watching NASCAR for a while, and you know, the fact that they're jumping out in front of this stuff and being part of change, man, it's welcome, man. You know what I mean?
It is definitely welcome. But I have one question. Do you think we can hook up Bubba Wallace and Bubba Sparks? Like Bubba Sparks should do like a he should do a theme song.
No.
We slept on Bubba Sparks. Bubba Sparks was a national treasure.
I mean, like, I really feel
Bubba Wallace,
I think,
Bubba Shrimp.
I think Bubba would be a great team.
I'd rather hear Struggles Jennings do something for him.
Cause booty rocking everywhere.
Either Struggles Jennings or Jelly Roll. I'd rather hear them do something for Bubba than Bubba.
Their names aren't Bubba. Their names aren't Bubba though.
Yeah, but they're.
I'd rather see Action Bronson do something.
Yo, Action Bronson is white Ghostface. Let's all get that correct.
No, that's very true. Very true.
Raphael said Bubba Sparks is probably working at Winn-Dixie as a head cashier.
What can I say this right here?
I used to work at Winn-Dixie as a cashier, not head cashier though.
I have an insider on that. One of my homeboys or whatever is in league, but Bubba Sparks is struggling all them on the country hop situation.
The hip hop.
Bubba Sparks is still out here rapping.
Yeah.
Still has
good.
Bubba Sparks still doing good.
I like Struggles Jennings, so that that's one thing that I can admit. Jelly Roll's nice, so
Jelly Roll,
and Bubba is like the Godfather, you know what I mean?
And
he's lost weight. And he's lost weight.
Another man.
I think I'm gonna wear my grills on the next show. I am.
Pow wow, baby.
Pow wow.
Thinking out loud over there, Keisha, are you? Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
a little bit.
Gotcha.
Yo, what thought was going through you guys' heads when you all saw the Confederate statues in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina, NC?
Ole, hey, ole, wow.
I felt some type of way. I felt sad in a sense because as a young kid growing up, we used to run and play on it. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing exactly what it was about, but we used to just run and play on it. So I remember those days of jumping and playing on it. You know what I'm saying? And then when I got older, it's my little pissing spot. I used to piss on it because I knew what it was about. So it took away my piss spot.
Please stop. They after you.
so-
They after you, nigga.
So
They
now
gonna be
they done
after
took-
you.
They done took him down now. So I'm glad
Where you
that,
gonna piss
they
at?
changed- Exactly. Where I'm gonna piss at. So.
Yo, man, it's like one of the things I'm like, it's supposed to happen, man. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on some shit like it's supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I go back to this very simple point. We are not having Auschwitz oven statues in Germany right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We're not talking about Hitler's greatest generals. We don't have these situations or, you know what I mean, or anything like that out there right now. So what I would say.
Oh, but Bishop, they will say they made the concentration camps into museums.
Well, again, like I don't mind your statues being in a Confederate museum and out in the yard in the Confederate. If you have a Confederate museum, put them there. That's no problem. I'm not trying to say you should not have your little monuments. Just put the monuments outside the places where black people have to walk. Now, if you want to, as a black person, go to the museum and see these things, then fine. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go and you want to make a museum and you want to have it in there, fine. That's great. You know what I mean? Because it's a part of history. And I'm not saying destroy your history. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't be in the front of a fucking state capitol. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be there to serve justice in front of people. Because I think I said this when I went live the other day. I'm like, actually, those monuments didn't start popping up until the civil rights movement.
Exactly.
Right.
If they weren't, you know what I'm saying, if they weren't there the whole 100 years, like, you know what I'm saying, like if you put it up, the Lincoln Monument and all that shit, and it's been there for hundreds of years, I could be like, okay, I can see where you're coming from. But if you did that shit 56 years ago, 54 years ago, just to say, you know what, we're better than the civil rights movement, then you did it at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? You didn't put that shit in 1896 when everything was the fuck over with. Nah, you put that shit up like Confederate generals and make shit Confederate. Fuck that shit.
Bishop, do you know that there are Confederate statues, Confederate monuments on government property in states like Iowa, in states in the Midwest?
Right. Yeah.
Why?
And my tax dollars don't pay for that. Like that's not what I want my tax dollars to pay. And people that are like, "Ooh, what about Martin Luther King statue and blah 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 blah." Martin Luther King fought for justice for all.
Shoot niggas in the face. Like I'm saying, it's like this: white people, Martin Luther King ain't come up to you and spray you with water hoses. Martin Luther King ain't hang zero motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. First of all, Martin Luther King statue is what it is. That is art. You know why it's unfinished? Because his dream is unfinished. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why it's unfinished. You got to think about you stupid son of a bitches. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? Like, yo, pull down Martin Luther
off,
King.
Bishop. Go off.
Pull down Martin King. Are you out of your fucking rabbit ass mind? Because then at the same time, y'all use why are you guys not more like Martin Luther King? Fuck that. You know what Martin Luther King they should have put a fucking foot on your neck at the time. You know what I'm saying? That's what gets changed. Shit that happens right now, because I always say this right here. When he was marching peacefully. Why did you sick dogs on him? Why did you have to do roller coasters? Why did you have to throw acid in pools? Why did you have to do all that shit? Because you know what? Your country is fucking racist. That's what the problem is. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the end of the joint, because guess what? If it's all kingdom come, why can't we all get along? Because y'all did dumb shit like that 40 years ago.
And y'all still don't get it. Y'all still don't get it.
Still don't get it. You don't understand why people mad. Why can't we just listen? We didn't even talk about Jim Crow. I'm talking about we shouldn't have to fight for fucking civil rights. Said this before and over again. It's civil fucking rights. It's saying that, hey, I just want to be treated regular. I don't want you to say hi to me. I don't want you to say bye to me. I want to shop in this store. Why the fuck was you protesting when little black girls and black boys wanted to go to your school? Why was it colored only felons? Water's for everybody. Water's for free. Water ain't got no race, you stupid motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like this. And then if you can talk about whose water it is, actually, it's probably the Indian tribes that your punk ass then ran over to Nevada You know what I'm saying? In other places, it was their shit first. So guess what? When you talk about this shit, you don't like this country, I need you to go home. Nigga, this is my home. I helped build this motherfucker. You can't kick your roommate out when he paying more than the rent than you are. You stupid, dumbass motherfuckers. Excuse me, and I'm done.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call cutting a promo.
Yes.
He just cut a epic promo on your asses.
Yeah.
There you
go.
That was
clutching my pearls.
It was Ric Flair worthy. Ric Flair worthy.
Yeah. Yeah, that was that. Yeah.
That was yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but but look, just to agree and to partially piggyback. I mean, you see the talk about why can't you protest peacefully like they did before? Why don't you talk about the response to that peaceful protest then? Okay.
Yeah.
You never you don't bring that up. Okay.
Yeah. Peaceful protests were met with the damn fire hose. This is not your garden hose, people. These are not your garden hose, your everyday average garden variety. These are fire hoses and police dogs and acid. Like that's I'm just gonna defer to Bishop.
Yeah. I mean, it was just met with anger and violent resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Violent resistance.
Yo, Bishop just cut a promo that was worthy of the time Ric Flair lost the NWA World Heavyweight title to Ron Garvin.
Oh yeah.
Because you know, in Ric Flair's heart of hearts, he did not want to drop the title to no fucking Ron Garvin.
No, and neither did the fans want him to drop the title to Barney Rubble.
Right.
Oh my man.
So
the Garvin stomp was classic.
It was the weakest move in the history.
Come on,
one of the
man.
weakest moves in the history of professional wrestling. It's as weak as the people's elbow.
No.
The leg drop. The Hulk Hogan leg drop. The Hulk Hogan leg drop.
Bear with us for a second, baby. Bear with us.
The people's elbow was an abomination. It was an abomination. We all know that.
The leg drop.
We just like the way the Rock looked.
Leg drop.
Okay. Leg drops was just as bad. But I'm sorry, the people's elbow was just as worse.
All I'm saying is that Ric Flair dropping the NWA World Heavyweight title to Ron Garvin was a crime.
Right.
That was a crime. I don't know why they agreed to I don't know why they booked that into the I don't
Garvin
know.
has been putting in work, dude. You cannot say that Ron Garvin has not put in work.
Ron Garvin is dope, but there was some other people that would have, benefited better for being the world champion.
Not world heavyweight championship worthy. Period.
He was intercontinental champion worthy. He could have won an intercontinental championship.
He always won the intercontinental champion.
Which he did hold secondary titles. Okay,
right.
But look, we're not gonna get into wrestling talk here. Okay, we're gonna say that for another time. What's good, Jimmy? I love that pipe bomb. Exactly where Bishop just dropped was the classic CM Punk pipe bomb.
I'm just saying, man. I hate stupid shit. You know what I mean? It's like when I'm not the smartest person. I haven't gone to anyone's college at all. You know what I'm saying? I barely got out of high school. You know what I'm saying? Because I realized that high school wasn't for me. So I barely got out that mug. You know what I'm saying? I never skipped class. I always paid attention. And it's like this. But one thing I do know, I pay attention to world events and I like to read for enjoyment. And what that is this right. I educated myself. And when shit sounds stupid, it sounds stupid. I get it.
Call it out. You gotta call it out.
It like I don't like stupid people saying stuff like this. Like I cussed somebody out at an open mic when this mug said, "Yo, once I get my video on BET, I'm on." I was like, that is not how you get on. You should kill yourself in your rap career right now. That is not how you get on. That is not what you do. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, do you know they people pay for their votes on 106 and Park? Like the label gives people. He was like, nah, bro, for real? Like, yeah, like you don't get the fuck away from him. You can't come back to my old mic anymore. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those guys. I don't like stupid shit. Like, don't try to get me. Don't try to. It's okay to say stupid stuff if you don't know. but don't try to act like it's something else. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to bling up black on black crime when I understand that. Guess what? When I'm gonna say this right, the reason why it's black on black crime because you kill the people that you're closer to. That's human nature.
Thank you.
That's just human nature. I'm gonna tell you this right here because guess what? When I'm gonna say this right here, if you would have gave us our 40 acres and a mule, and you would have treated us fairly from that point, right? Guess what? It wouldn't have been black on black crime. It would have been American on American crime. Because if those laws and shit that didn't segregate and made us integrate during the time it was supposed to be integration. So guess what? When everybody's making the same money and America's supposed to be fair, the people in it, the poor people, it's like poor people would have killed poor people, rich people would have killed rich people, middle class people would have killed middle class people, and then we would have had a classism situation. And if you don't understand this right here, racism is the bastard child of classism. All it is just saying we need to separate the people that are more than the less. So it's like this. And the only way to keep the less people from running in our stores and burning down our mansions is to motherfucking say this person right here is greater than you, or you're greater than these power people because of the color of their skin. Because all they did was the same thing with slaves. That's the reason why we talk about light skin shit. The dark skin, light skin, black, light skin niggas and dark skin nigga shit. Because what they did, they pitted the light skin Negro against the dark skin Negro. Because they said, "Oh, you're lighter, you're close to the white, you're better." And then they put that out there, and they told some light skin cats that we were better than any other dark skin cats. But at the end of the day, you know what? Melanin, the darker you are, the better you are, because you absorb more of the sun. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
mama always said the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
The sweeter the juice. And that's why, you know what I'm saying? I want to close with this. That's the reason why the real Superman is black.
Yep. Okay. So real quick, guys, I want to get your opinion on this. All right. So Aunt Jemima, gone.
Lovely.
Uncle Ben's gone. Miss Butterworth's almost out of here. Okay. Who should be next?
Carson? Ben Carson?
Who's left? And people that I'm going through and reading these comments, they really haven't studied the history of these things. Like Aunt Jemima did, like she worked until the day she fucking died. She did not retire rich. She worked till the day she motherfucking died and had nothing to leave her family as she was going on a fucking pancake making parade across the fucking United States for decades. Yeah. So like I completely get it. And this is black people and white people that I'm reading these comments on. I get it. It is a shift of all things that you've known, but the shift is happening. Yeah, so again, either get down or lay the fuck down, yo.
There's some things key about that did hit kind of nuance per se. She was the first black woman to have a contract, even though it was a fucked up contract.
Yeah.
Started a tradition.
She had an endorsement deal, right?
Yeah,
she had an endorsement deal.
Exactly. For a lifetime endorsement deal, which was never ever heard by a black person. You know what I'm saying? So there's little bitty shits in there, even though it was fucked up shit.
Yeah.
You know, man, that whole fucking, you know, I mean, she had the scarf on. They took the scarf off. They gave her a perm. You know what I'm saying? And
even if now she got a perm.
Exactly. Miss Butterworth, I believe she stayed the same. I think Miss Butterworth, she stayed
we don't want perms no more though.
You know what I'm saying?
Shift.
I mean, but I like Uncle Ben's right, so I can't see nobody else's Uncle Ben. You know what I'm saying? So not unless they put Peter Parker's uncle up there. I don't know. That's the only. You know what I'm saying?
Or picture Ben Carson.
Right.
Ben Carson.
Yeah.
Ben Carson. Did you see the joint I put on my story?
Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
What about the Zata Ranch dudes? You know what I'm saying? They, you know what I'm saying? Ooh. I don't know if they all, you know what I'm saying? Zata Ranch, they, you know what I'm saying? I think they need to go. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like at the end of the day, it's like what is still out here that, you know what I mean, that that really, it's like, it's so much stuff out here. I think, like, my thing is right here. I think that, you know what I mean, the cotton industry should just start paying people, black folk, 0.5% off of all cotton sales. I was 1%. I'm going 0.5 because this is what happens, because this goes into like why they fight, like the families fighting to get their money and stuff like that, the descendants and stuff like that, because they sold her likeness. That woman's likeness over and over again. They gave her a perm. She didn't even have no perm. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? They gave her pearl earrings, stuff like that. And that was supposed to make it a little bit better back. Because I remember they made the switch.
Right.
I remember they made the switch. You know, I was alive when they made the switch.
It's been like 15, 20 years, right?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They made the switch about 20 years ago. So it's like this. What I think what's going to make things fair, and this is when I'll get into my reparations speech, because I wanted to bring this up a little bit later on. But I think that it shouldn't, you know what I mean? It's on the government, right, to pay our reparations. But then they talk about like, yo, it's like $14 trillion, right? But I think who should chip in on that is every company in America that has profited from slavery. And that's every company in America. Like, everybody should just go ahead and give us a little piece. Because if you give everybody if you give everybody, you take out a sliver of your profit margin and pay it toward reparations, especially cotton, especially Charles Schwab, you know, because guess what? Slavery, Wells Fargo, because I'm saying because guess what? Yep. All these, right, exactly. All these places, they had to slave owners had to put their money somewhere. They had to put them in banks. Interest off that money, the banks made money. You know what I'm saying? So if you dig deep into that joint right there, listen, every company in America should go ahead and pull off a little bit of that change, chip into these reparations for the United States.
I did learn something new today, that the British taxpayers have in 2015 just stopped paying for the reparations of the ending of slavery in the UK. So all of the British British islands where they basically enslaved and dumped black folks, and sugar plantations, cotton plantations, all of that stuff in the British Isles. Not to the not to the black people, but to the British companies that own slaves that lost money because of the end of slavery. They just stopped paying that money into it. It just fell off the tax bill. They paid up their bill in 2015 from like 1893, yo.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So in each British citizen's tax bill was a little shaved off from that, was a little bit of money to pay to these white families that own slaves, but they couldn't own slaves anymore because of the abolition of slavery. So up until 2015, everyone in England has been paying off these families who are in the top 10% of wealth and all white because slavery was ended. That is crazy.
Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, and look, and in the the marches and the protests that are going on in England right now, okay, that's going on in the UK for Black Lives Matter. Look, ladies and gentlemen, you should already know this. It's not over there. The protests are not just about solidarity, because they got issues they got to deal with over there as well.
Yeah, everywhere. Exactly. It's everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. I just have one more thing I got to say about change, and it isn't even change as as it relates to black folk. Dan Snyder, your ass is on the clock, bro. Your ass is on the clock. The name gotta go.
Yeah, the GM,
the
owner of the Redskins, the Washington Redskins. Right.
The Washington football team. The Washington football team. You on the clock now. You on the clock now, motherfucker. That name gotta go. And you ain't the only one. Cleveland. You're not the only. Yep. You're not the only one. Chicago.
Atlanta Braves.
You're not the only one. Atlanta. You're not the only one. Florida State.
Yeah.
Well, at least like some of those. What I'm saying is right here. Some of those are just saying like, all right, cool. We are the quote unquote. We're representing the actual tribe itself, right?
I'll give Florida State. I might give Florida State. They're partial doing that. Yeah, right. But nah. It's time.
So you're saying so, and I think that it's like this because if you're going to keep that name, then this is what you need to do. You need to cut some of the red-skinned people some bread. It's time to start sharing the bread. If you want, like for real, like listen, you could, like, you know what I'm saying? Quentin Tarantino could call me a nigga in a movie. You know why Quentin Tarantino could call me a nigga in a movie? Because guess what? I'm in Quentin Tarantino's movie, and he's paying me X amount of dollars to call me a nigga in the movie.
He wrote it.
You get what I'm saying? It's like this. He can do that. You know why? Because he cut me that bread. You know what I mean? It's like this. What he's saying is this right here. I wrote this character to say nigga, but guess what? Since I have to call a black man a nigga, I'm going to pay him the nigga tax. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to pay you an extra $350 an hour to be on set. You know what I'm saying, Bishop Omega? You know what I mean? It's like this. It's time to start cutting the bread. If you keep on with keeping on, we coming from them damn pockets.
Which we should have been doing for a long time ago.
Exactly.
And then what I'm saying is right here, as brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, on the joint, like, you know what I'm saying, if I was in the players union or whatever, and it's like this, you know what? Let's keep the solidarity going. Then guess what? I don't think anybody of color, any person of color, should be able to play for that. And any of our people of our Caucasian descent that feel some sort of way, if you feel some sort of way that the name need to be changed, then we don't walk out on the field. What you gonna do?
But it's gonna be kind of hard, Bishop, to say, where you going? I'm going to the game. I'm going to go see the Washington government that stole the land from the Indians.
Can I say this right here? I'm gonna say this right. And I'm gonna call bullshit. I'm call bullshit. You know why I'm call bullshit? It's like this.
I'm just saying that's a long ass name, bitch. No, that's a long ass name. You just can't say, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna see the Washington government go and kill
but hold on. I'm gonna tell you right here, Tico, you're a sports fan, right? There was a team once called the Washington Bullets.
Yeah.
The reason why they stopped calling the Washington Bullets because there was too many shootings going on in DC. So they don't. So what do? They switch the name to the Wizards.
Yeah. And
there was right there.
Look. At that time there was a lot of shit going on in Washington. But trust me, we're gonna say that for another show. Yo, Tico.
Yes.
Do you have anything weird for us today?
I surely do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tico's Theater of the Weird.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this day and time when you get older, it's very important that you go to the doctor and get yourself checked out. And what's more important is that you're honest with your doctor about your ailments, saying exactly what's really wrong with you, no matter how embarrassing it may seem, no matter how it just might help you and save your life. This 30-year-old guy in India decided not to tell the truth, and they found a phone charger in his bladder.
Whoa. What?
They found an iPhone charger in his bladder. Now,
how, Sway?
You asked me, and there you go.
How?
Ladies and gentlemen, he told the doctor that he had swallowed the charger. Now he's been into the hospital before for having things, you know what I'm saying, in his body that he's known to swallow. He said he's accidentally swallowed his iPhone charger. So
his bladder though?
Here we go. So going through that evidence, so they decided to do surgery on this guy. So while going in surgery, they found out exactly how the cord got inside his bladder. He stuck the cord in his dick hole and pushed it inside his penis all the way up until his motherfucking bladder. The reason why they figured it out is because he still had some of the cord sticking from outside of the canal of his fucking penis.
No.
The doctor said they could have not did surgery and just went in through his dick hole and pulled it straight out like that without having
Cut
to
the whole
go
penis
and
off.
cut him up. So that's why it's important, ladies and gentlemen, to sit here and tell your doctor exactly what's going on with you. You know, the God's honest truth, because hey, now this man has a damn bill for surgery when all they had to do was take some tweezers and then go in the dick hole and just pull it right on out.
You know what?
And you know, before you say what you're getting ready to say, I just want you all to know that this was a 2-foot cord.
Two-foot cord. Key.
The world's
Save
gone
us, baby.
crazy.
Key,
Save
save us. Save us. You gotta save us on this one.
I don't even remember what I was gonna say after that. Like for real,
I'm feeling
like,
special. I'm feeling this special tingle in special places right now. I don't,
Shut up, Omega. Shut up.
yeah, I just
It's called cerebral sounding.
no.
Shut up, Tigo.
urethral sounding. My goodness.
Oh.
So, here we are in the midst of world change, and it's amazing. And I'm excited to see, like, in the next 5 years, like where we are, right? But please let us not forget that there's still a fucking pandemic going on. So, in North Carolina, there was a mandate, but the mandate has no, like, there's no penalty. Um, but a mandate to wear masks out. Um, and there's a whole movement against that mandate. I, as someone with a compromised immune system, is going to try to limit my activity out in the public for as long as I can. But everyone definitely has this urge to kind of get back to their normal life. And I'll just say this: your normal life is no longer going to be normal. Like today on the news, I saw people doing damn yoga in bubbles, like literally doing yoga in bubbles that are sanitized after every class. Um, so whatever our new normal is going to be, just adhere to that. Um, and the way science works, it's going to be a while before they figure out the who, what, and where of COVID and how it really moves. And like the whole DL Hughley thing, like he passed out, but he didn't pass out because of COVID. He passed out because he was dehydrated and exhausted from dehydration and exhaustion. But they tested him at the time and he found out that he was asymptomatic for COVID-19. So all of the people saying, "Oh, we're just going to let our bodies do what they do," and blah 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 blah. Tell me that when your grandma, you pass it on to your grandma when you didn't need to, or you pass it on to your children where there are mysterious diseases that spur from COVID-19 that kill children at a crazy rate. Like just be mindful, be safe, and do it for your community. I in my neighborhood Facebook group, there's a guy who normally leans super right, but his wife apparently has an autoimmune disease that compromises her immune system like I do. And he put it so eloquently, like, do it for your community. Like, you live in a community. Wear a mask for your community. Maintain social distancing for your community. like be part of your community, the community that you live in, an active part of the community that you live in, and be mindful. So if you decide to go off to wherever and come back, just stay away from people. Like let's really help in kind of corralling this disease, because it is proliferating far faster than your average seasonal flu. Like that's just numbers, right? That's just math. So do your part in helping to make sure that you are not part of the problem. That's it.
Meow, 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 meow.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen,
for that budget.
Come on, Pete. Come on.
We're talking about our budget, okay? Look, ladies and gentlemen, look. As always, we're trying to be your favorite podcast, okay? Make sure you go check us out on all of our social media platforms, Facebook, IG, Twitter, okay? Also follow us on our podcasting platforms, okay? Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Radio Public, Apple for the Apple snobs. So, and also make sure you're checking us out on YouTube as well. All right. Mm-hmm. Yo, Rob. Yo, man, give the give our goons in the comment section. Give them some love, please.
Hey, listen. Thank you everybody for showing up. If you'll excuse me from running down the list of everybody tonight, I got to go to work in the morning. You feel me? So I love all of y'all, man. I love y'all. I'm gonna run down the usual gang of idiots is here, man, and I say idiots with much love and respect. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, man. Salute. We're gonna see y'all Sunday, man. Peace.
Yo, Bishop, what you got going on Wednesday, man?
Well, I want to give a big shout out to my homeboy Kazi. He just left the Intelligent and Ratchet show to go on to bigger and better things or whatever. Basically, he got a deal behind my back, but we're not gonna talk about that shit. I'm mad at that nigga right now. I'm just playing.
Oh, y'all got a seat. Y'all got a seat for a woman.
Yeah. So we were just talking about having a female voice on Intelligent and Ratchet. But yeah, so
I'll wear my grills.
Yes, you got to be ratchet as hell. But yeah, Wednesday night we're gonna be jumping into some other joints. I know on the first we're gonna have bringing back guests. So we're gonna have my man Hollywood and OZ the Hitmaker. We're gonna have both of those cats on the joint. You know what I'm saying? They both got projects coming out. So check out Intelligent Ratchet on the Intelligent Ratchet page on Facebook. Also, we do StreamYard also. So y'all can check us out here and on YouTube.
All right. Good luck.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for joining us on Straight to Tape. And as always, for the comedian, Tico the Gaia.
Yo, thank y'all for listening and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I don't be doing shit, but I do. I'm on the hunt for Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is missing. So that's what I'll be doing. So yeah. Peace out. Assalamu alaikum. Stay off that pork bacon.
The first lady of S2T, the quintessential hip hop mom, Keisha with a Y.
Just bye. That's it. Tom Hanks is missing. Goodbye.
And of course, our social media assassin, #1, Rob Stud.
Salt, pepper, and butter. Going great.
You ain't letting it go, are you, man? Let it go.
Cheese. What about the cheese, friend?
And cheese. And that's the bottom line.
You know what? You damn grit Nazi.
Grit Nazi.
That's it, man.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, your man C. Perry Elise II. Thank you for joining us on Straight to Tape, Monday edition. And as always, let's get active.
Happy Father's Day for the people that know their kids' middle names.
You are the father. And women, thank you for taking it raw.
Shut up, Tico. We're out. Stupid ass.